Good morning, afternoon, World Wide Web. This is James. Welcome back to my stock channel. Another update video on Spirit Airlines JetBlue merger stock play. This one has a October 18th court date in front of a federal district judge, a Mr. Young, Mr. Judge Young. And Mr. Young was appointed back in the 1980s by Ronald Reagan. He's a conservative who's going to be hearing Merrick Garland's case about how when number 5, JetBlue, and number 7, Spirit Airlines, collide together, it becomes a monopoly. Delta does 10 times the business of either one of these companies. There's your monopoly, if there ever was one. The case is kind of ridiculous. It's a really tough argument to make. Merrick Garland is trying his hardest to get the judge, off this case. He was chosen. There's 45 district judges, and they put them all into a lottery, and they drew a name, and this is whose name came out. And of course, Merrick Garland doesn't like it because he's a conservative. So he's trying everything he can to get a new judge. That won't be happening though. That's just standard process. They always try to get a new judge for first thing if you don't like them. But you can't just sit there and get a new, get your favorite judge picking. That's not allowed either. That's on appeals court. That would be destroyed. So we got an October 18th court date. It's trial is going to last about a month. It's the United States of America versus JetBlue to break up the monopoly. Okay, so we know that if this judge, and he is the highest court in the land besides the Supreme Court, is not going to hear this case. So the results of this case are clearly going to be a factor on the stock value of Spirit Airlines. JetBlue has promised $30 a share, and they've been making their monthly payments to all of the stockholders of Spirit Airlines. I guess before a certain date, they've been getting like 10 cents a month ever since this thing started. It's like a delay fee. And I believe it's $33 is the buyout price, but that's to people of record from years ago before this lawsuit started. And I think the rest of us get $30, everybody with a Spirit stock. So do your research on that. Make sure it's $30. I'm pretty sure I'm nailing the number right. Some of you have said $33 and corrected me, and I'm just going to correct you back because I can't. Please post more evidence on the 33. I'm finding 30 unless you owned it before a certain date. I have not owned it for years, so I'm kind of a new player to this game. So, well, not the stock game, but the Spirit Airline game. So here's what's going to happen. In my common sense, I guess, the JetBlue and Spirit are going to be allowed to merge. I think that's what all of this means. And the judge isn't going to listen to the ridiculous argument. It's going to come off as a ridiculous argument. We're going to hear from Delta lobbyists. We're going to find out how much money this administration gets from Delta, how much money they get from United, how this whole thing is ridiculous. They're going to make some great arguments to the judge. I don't think the Justice Department wants to participate in this trial anymore. So who knows? They might just drop it before they walk in there. But if they do want to go fight it out for a month and just make themselves look silly and then lose, that's what they're going to do, though. And I think everybody knows that they're going to lose. And ever since this happened, the stock has been puckering up. We've gone from the 16s to the 17s, and now we're plowing into the 18s. It's been a while since Spirit has seen the 18s. Let's see how long it's been. Well, no. It was 18 just 6 months ago. I must have thought they were going to win this court case a while back. Well, it's making a comeback here, and it's chasing this October news, this lawsuit, the final determination of whether these two will be allowed to collide together. So if you feel like it's going to hit $30, I feel like it is going to hit $30 somewhere in late November. That's when the judge is going to rule. That's when they're going to be allowed to collide together. That will be the final word. Everyone will have confidence that that is the final word. And this stock is going to jockey up right near $30. There's still going to be some naysayers out there. It's going to keep it, $26, $27, $28, $29. Or there might not be. It might go almost all the way to 30, just like it did the last time when they first announced the merger. As soon as the merger was announced, the buyout was announced, the stock flew up to $30, if you remember correctly, and it sat there for weeks until the Justice Department decided to file a lawsuit. I expect the same thing. It's going to go back to $30. How to get in this thing the cheapest way possible. You could buy the underlying stock and play it up that way, or you could do options. Uh, don't do a $30 strike price option because you won't have any gravy over it. And at best, you'll be given the option of buying it at 30, which would be the same price it was kind of at. It'll never have any value. So you need to do a strike price of somewhere between 19, 20, 21, 22, somewhere around there. I did 22.50 was my strike prices. I did two different options, and I did a December expiration. I paid 75 cents or $75 a contract when this thing was priced at $17. It's going up $1.17 in less than a week. The options have the biggest spread I've ever seen on options. The ask price on my options, it says like $1.52, like they've doubled in value on the ask, and the bid is well, today it was 85 cents. Finally, the bid at 85 cents, but yesterday the bid was at 40 cents and 50 cents. It was just nuts, and there's just no trades, no buyers, no sellers, just nothing, and nobody could touch either side. But it is jockeying up, and it made up some ground today. But I got the 22.50 strike price December's, so I feel like we're going to have all the news by then. I don't even know if I'm going to stick around for the ruling. If this thing jockeys up to 26, I might just get out of this thing, or 25 on the expected ruling. I might just get out of this thing. I think it's getting a lot closer because the writing's on the wall. So there's two plays to be made here. One, you play it through the ruling and you go for the full 30 or close to 30. The other play is you just play with the momentum that's going on right now. Everybody's going to swoon in. They want to make the free $10, especially on options. You can put a buy order in on an option at a lower limit price. You can do a limit order on an option. That's what I always do. When it's at 75 cents, I put in 72 cents, and I waited an hour. It didn't give it to me. And finally, I had to switch it to 75, but I could have been more patient. But when you have big spreads like that, just kind of pick a number right in the middle and make that your limit price. I wouldn't pay the ask. My God, I don't think anyone's willing to pay the ask. You're gonna have to offer less than the ask and offer somewhere in the middle. And somewhere in the middle, you will find that your order will get filled. That's how I always do it. I try to make sure I save money. Usually they surprise you and go, "Yeah, you saved money," but I like to guarantee that I'll save money, or I don't want it at the ridiculous spread. But that's one play. Play the ruling. The other is play the hype. To play the hype, I did. What did I do? Oh, I do ones that expire well before the ruling. They expire in 60 days. They have a really short expiration date, and for some reason, those are cheaper options because it's not an after the ruling option. So if you just want to momentum play this thing, just play the next month in an option, just get yourself some 60 days, and that way you don't have to pay top dollar for them. You can get them really cheap, and you can get pretty much any one you want. You can get the 24, the 25, the 26, super cheap. You can get a bunch of contracts, and there's a great chance. I think I got the $20 strike price, in fact, and I think it was ridiculously cheap. And I got a bunch of them yesterday, and I think that they're going to do really well. I got a feeling it romps that strike price probably in the next 30 days and might go a few dollars above that. This is going to jockey up there in advance. People are going to be in early. They're going to not want to pay extra for the options and wait to do it late. And they're not going to want to buy the stock or do it late. They're going to get every nickel they can out of this thing. as soon as they find out about who's going to win this thing and when it's going to be over, it's going to be all over the news. Coming up to October and September, and I mean, it's already in the news now. That's why you're seeing 1 month 15.6% on Spirit Airlines. People are piling in. There's another almost $12 you can make here. Might as well grab some of it, play the momentum, or play the ruling. It's up to you. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you on the next video. Yeah, they're going to merge together. Have a wonderful afternoon. Bye-bye. Like the video and subscribe, please. Thank you for watching.